Dear friends, I am Dr. Amit Gangwal, Associate Professor at Shri Vile Parle Kelwani Mandal's Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule. Once again, I am with you. Today in this video, from viewpoint of drug discovery by using AI, I will discuss about how AI, basically generative AI, is being utilized for generating de novo scheme, how drug-like molecules may be tried by using generative AI models. GAI means AI which generates data by using information or learning from input data. For example, recently world has taken by storm by these large language models on which the chat GPT by OpenAI or Bard by Google are based. Basically, there is transformer type of model which are being utilized for these large language models. And interestingly, transformer model was designed a few years ago by engineers experts at Google. Anyway, so coming on to topic, in this video I will talk about how AI driven drug discovery is being uh, getting positive momentum by using generative AI. So we all know in AI we need huge amount of data, whatever may be the task. For example, training a driverless car, product recommendation on e-commerce websites, or identification of face before unlocking the smartphone by our faces, or for that matter to train the language models, we need huge amount of data. And the pharma domain is not an exception. In pharma domain also we need the huge amount of data. So how to do research in AI if you have low amount of data? So basically, AI suffers from a massive drawback of unlabeled data, or inadequate data, or sparse data. In that case, different type of tools are there to handle low data to get the best or optimum result. Few such techniques are active learning, transfer learning, multitask learning, or one-shot learning, and few others. In this illustration, in this infographics, which I have taken from the research article of Arjit Ray, Dr. Arjit Ray and his colleagues are at the working at TCS, a famous company of Tata Group in India. I am thankful for these infographics which I have taken from internet by using Google as search engine. So this pictorial representation, this infographics is showing how de novo drug design is done using AI, specifically when data is low. So first of all, a machine learning or deep generative model is trained using available data from various databases like Zinc database, drug bank, or Campbell for that matter. In this case, they have designed a pre-trained generative model using Campbell dataset, which is freely available on the internet. So it is called generative model because this is generative AI, because it will generate the drug-like molecule or some novel molecule which are not available in the training data set, and therefore we are calling it novel or de novo drug design. So don't forget the aim. Our aim is to design novel molecule or drug sort of molecule if we have low data set to train and test the deep learning or machine learning model. So first of all, they have trained a model using data from the Campbell dataset. Using this data, millions of small molecules have been shown to the machine learning model, and after training and testing we will get a pre-trained generative model. What is pre-trained? This generic or this general model now knows what is the grammar or what is the requirement for a molecule to become drug like. So using huge amount of data, they have trained a deep learning model. Trained means the model now knows what are the grammar or what are the logics behind bonding and behind relation between the bonds and elements, what type of structures are suitable for a drug like molecule. So using huge amount of data, you have trained a deep learning model which is now called pre-trained model. Now this pre-trained model will further be skewed or altered by using a small amount of available data for a particular task. For example, we are planning to generate drug-like molecule to treat diabetes. So now you have to expose this pre-trained model to the drug-like molecule which are responsible for treating diabetes. So you have trained a machine learning model using huge amount of data, and it is now generic model. Now through transfer learning, you are training this model for target specific generative model. Understand? So using small available data for diabetes treatment, you are further fine tuning or skewing the pre-trained model, and this is called transfer learning, because we have not huge amount of data for diabetes type of molecule, for example. So we are altering or skewing the pre-trained generic model. It is generic, not the specific. Specific means only for diabetes. So we are altering the pre-trained generic model for the finding some molecule which can address the diabetes. So after transfer learning, we will train this model, and through reinforcement learning, which is the type of machine learning, reinforcement learning will continuously optimize the generated molecule in the desired direction. This reinforcement learning, which is called RL, will continuously monitor the development of molecule, and it will keep changing the attachments of bonds and atoms in the molecules which are being churned out by this model. So there is system of reward and punishment. If molecules are being good in the binding affinity or some other type of activity, it will give reward. That is the feature of RL. So ultimately, by continuous iterative procedures of RL, we will get some molecules, and then based on the various yardstick, various parameter like structural alerts, physicochemical properties, binding affinity, binding score, and so on, few molecules will be selected, and that will be target specific new chemical entity, which will be further validated through various type of in vitro, in vivo testing, then preclinical study. Results are good, then it will go for clinical trial. This is how transfer learning is used in AI driven drug discovery, specifically or exclusively in those cases when you do not have huge amount of data to train the machine learning model for particular disorder. In our case, it was diabetes. I hope I tried my best to explain you what is transfer learning, what is generative model, what is reinforcement learning, and how AI is being utilized in case of low data regime for de novo drug design. Thank you.